Hi everyone, my name is Gregg, and this is the Weekly Ronde. First, let's start off with cyclocross. We had the Berencross on Saturday, part of the Berencross series here in Belgium, with Mathieu van der Poel taking the win for the men and Ellen van Looy taking the win for the women's side. Mathieu van der Poel was able to convincingly win in the race, and really we saw a very conservative ride by Wout van Aert. He really didn't seem to be wanting to push the pace at all during the race, and he just followed most of the time. The big day for racing, though, this weekend was Sunday. You had the Hotondcross down in Ronse, where you had Thea de Jong, current world champion from Rabobank, taking the win. She came out strong, started leading from the start, and no one was really able to catch her at any point during the race. She just did the jersey proud. In the men's side, you had Wout van Aert and Mathieu van der Poel really trading leads. Wout van Aert decided, okay, I'm going to go out really hard and strong at the beginning, but then had a bit of a mechanical issue, not just once, but twice. On top of that, that gave Mathieu van der Poel the chance to take the lead. Unfortunately for Mathieu van der Poel, he also had a mechanical with his crank snapping or falling off, and a much not needed incident involving a nether region. This slowed him down enough to give Wout van Aert the chance to attack, convincingly take the lead, and just ride away from everyone else. For me, the real standout performance, though, was Yori Adams in second place, which is an amazing result for this rider, and is definitely his best placing in a major race to date. Over in the US, you had the Charm City Cyclocross on a Saturday and Sunday schedule, with the Saturday being the C2 and Sunday being the C1. On the men's side, you had a big battle happening between Stephen Hyde and Kerry Werner for first and second, with Stephen Hyde taking out the win over Kerry Werner in the end, followed by Stephen Hyde's teammate Curtis White, who won last week. On the women's side, you had Katie Compton taking her third straight win of the season, followed by a very powerful performance by Helen Wyman, and then Emma White in third. Sunday saw Jeremy Powers joining the field after taking Saturday off. In his mind, he's probably hoping to focus on the C1 results, be fresher for more races, and put in more training. And so it was going to be an interesting battle between him and Stephen Hyde for the win. At the end, it was actually Stephen Hyde taking the win over Jeremy Powers. In a lot of ways, this was a big result for Hyde. Him and Jeremy Powers have been really battling it out, especially in the C1s, to see who's going to be the most dominant North American rider this year. Very positive sign that Stephen Hyde may be taking over the reins as the king of North American cyclocross. Day 2 for the women saw, well, let's just not spoil it, it was Katie Compton again. This would be her 4th win in a row, and it is a new resurgent, I've said it every week so far, Katie Compton. Most impressive, we had Emma White in 2nd place with Helen Wyman in 3rd. For Emma White, such a young rider at a young age, it is a very positive C1 result for her. And now for the road. On Sunday, we had Paris Tours, with Fernando Javiera from Ethics Quickstep taking the win in a dominant fashion. Not only is this young Colombian a up and rising sprinter, he didn't just do a small sprint. He went straight from way back and just kept going. And what did it look like? It looked a little something like this.
Elia Viviani is on the wheel, just going down the right-hand side now. It's one of the riders from Ethics Quickstep, opening up a little bit of a lead. It's gone very early. It looks like it's actually Sabatini. Sabatini goes clear, or is it Ricchesi? A fantastic move here. This is absolutely incredible stuff now. It is Ricchesi of Argentina and Ethics Quickstep. He's stolen the march from these riders. What an absolutely sensational turn of speed. Has he got enough left in the tank? 200 metres to go for the Argentina from Ethics. Oh, now Demar now goes on to the front. Demar now in the centre. Cavendish is also there. Cavendish on the centre. On that Demar on the left-hand side. Cavendish, Van Genechten is also there too. But
if you actually look back at the tape, he sprints for more than 40 seconds alone at the front. This rider has so much potential and so much power. I can definitely see him with World Championship stripes in his future. Sunday saw the third of three major races happening, the World Team Time Trial Championships out in Doha. Etix Quickstep took the win over BMC. This is their third World Championships in the Team Time Trial, and they are only one of two teams to have actually ever won the men's title. In the women's race, you had Boels Dolman taking the win very convincingly in the event over Kenyan Schramm. The biggest controversy, though, of the day was definitely the heat and its impact on riders. You had riders coming to the finish line throwing up. You also had riders waiting at the finish line for medical attention and it taking apparently a rather long amount of time. Even the winning team sent out a Twitter scathing the organizers for the heat and the conditions in which they were riding. While the conditions were hot, they were not super hot. We've seen temperatures this high before in races and it's not caused an issue. The biggest problem that is not so much the heat, but the timing of the event and the amount of time riders have been able to spend in that heat. A lot of the European riders are in weather that is, frankly, 10 to 15 degrees Celsius, and then going to Doha and having 30, 34, 35 degrees Celsius to race in. The heat caused some major issues out on the road, including Rabobank's team not able to even finish the race because one of the riders on a straight line just started losing control due to heat loss. You can actually see how disoriented she is as she tries to get back up on her bike. Tuesday was a particularly good day for the U.S. at the World Championships. In the junior men's time trial, you had Brandon McNulty taking the win for the U.S. And then in the women's side, a surprise win by Amber Nebben at 41 and 8 years after her first World Championships, she again takes another title. And with results like that, you can't help but feel proud as an American. Well, that's been the weekly Ronde. I'm Gregg Germer, and I will see you next week.